This is about golf coach Butch Harmon. All right, I admit it. I was watching golf on TV. What can I say? I'm old, I'm pathetic. I watch golf on TV sometimes. Sometimes I even think it's worthwhile. That is, I think I'm getting something out of it, besides growing older and more pathetic. It was the fourth round of a tournament, and in the middle of that round, the leader shot a double bogey. So what would he do? He birdied 6 of the next 7 holes, and he won the tournament, beating the field by 10 strokes. 10 strokes! That's what Tiger Woods used to do. Tiger was in that field, incidentally, about 15 shots back. After the conclusion of play, they interviewed the winner. He was very calm, and he said, "Coming into this, I was playing all right, but it just didn't feel solid to me. So Butchie came in, and we worked on a few things, tightened things up, and I felt much better, and I had a good tournament." A good tournament? 10 strokes on the field. I knew that Butchie was Butch Harmon, a golf coach. I knew that Butch Harmon had worked with Tiger Woods when he was much younger, and Greg Norman, and a bunch of other top pros. And I thought I might investigate Butch Harmon a little more thoroughly, to see what it was that he had, his mojo, the contribution he could make for someone like Tiger Woods or Greg Norman or this guy who had just beaten the field by 10 shots after tightening things up with Butchie. So I did what I could. I checked 3 books by Butch Harmon out of the library. Butch had a writing coach for each. I read them not so much for the tips on golf as for the way he went about teaching. For the golf, there were 4 fundamentals: the swing, meaning the grip, the setup and striking the ball, the short game, pitching, chipping, putting, mental conditioning, including course management and physical conditioning. Courage, purpose, and balance are vital too, along with a booster shot of fantastic determination. Then there's knowing what you can do and playing within that. After that, assuming you have the natural talent, it's work, the grind, practice. A pro will tour a course and practice every conceivable shot and throw in a few inconceivable ones for good measure. He'll work the sand, the rough, and bad lies. When he hits a great shot, it's because he's hit that shot many times before. If I say he could do it with his eyes closed, that's because it's true. He's done that too. It's one of Butch's drills, a remedial practice. True for golf, true for scouting, true for life. Be prepared. Tell me, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Edison said that invention was 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. He wasn't kidding or exaggerating. It takes work. In Life on the Mississippi, Mark Twain wrote, "There's only one way to be a pilot, and that is to get this entire river by heart." It bears repeating. There's only one way to be a pilot, and that is to get this entire river by heart. Alex Honnold is pretty famous right now. He was on 60 Minutes. And then someone made a documentary about him doing a free climb solo of El Capitan in Yellowstone Park. That movie won an Oscar. How he did it was like this. He found his route up the rock face prospectively and began climbing with ropes and a partner. The parts he could do, he did, and climbed on until he ran into trouble. Butch would say, "Work on your weaknesses, play to your strengths." Honnold would practice his moves over this tough stretch again and again until he had it down in his body and his mind. What had stopped him, he could now do smoothly. He continued up the rock face, moving like that, sometimes clear, sometimes having to stop and figure out a way to advance. When he reached the top, it was all clear to him. He left nothing to chance. He knew the odds were in his favor. He could climb that mountain in his sleep, and of course he'd done just that, every move, like putting with your eyes closed. He waited for a good day, and up he went, reaching the summit in 4 hours. Behind that 4 hours was 2 years of work. That's how you got to the top. That's how you come up with a light bulb. That's how you beat the field by 10 shots.